With the narrative of the parable of the wedding banquet, in today's Gospel passage, Jesus outlines the plan that God envisaged for humanity. The king who gave a marriage feast for his son is the image of the Father who prepared for the entire human family a wonderful celebration of love and communion around his only begotten Son. Twice the king sends his servants to call the invited guests, but they refuse. They do not want to go to the feast because they have other things to think about, fields and business. We often also put our interests and material things ahead of the Lord who calls us, and He calls us to a feast. But the king in the parable does not want the hall to remain empty because he wants to offer the treasures of his kingdom. So he tells his servants, "Go therefore to the thoroughfares and invite to the marriage feast as many as you find." This is how God reacts. When he is rejected, rather than giving up, he starts over and asks that all those found at the thoroughfares be called, excluding no one. No one is excluded from the house of God. However, the Lord places one condition: to wear a wedding garment. The wedding garment symbolizes the mercy that God freely gives us, namely grace. Without grace, we cannot take a step forward in Christian life. Everything is grace. From the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 22, verses 1 to 14. Jesus again in reply spoke to the chief priests and the elders of the people in parables, saying, "The kingdom of heaven may be likened to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. He dispatched his servants to summon the invited guests to the feast, but they refused to come. A second time he sent other servants, saying, 'Tell those invited, behold, I have prepared my banquet. My calves and fattened cattle are killed, and everything is ready. Come to the feast.' Some ignored the invitation and went away, one to his farm, another to his business. The rest laid hold of his servants, mistreated them, and killed them. The king was enraged and sent his troops, destroyed those murderers, and burned their city. Then the king said to his servants, 'The feast is ready, but those who were invited were not worthy to come. Go out therefore into the main roads and invite to the feast whomever you find.' The servants went out into the streets and gathered all they found, bad and good alike, and the hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to meet the guests, he saw a man there not dressed in a wedding garment. He said to him, 'My friend, how is it that you came in here without a wedding garment?' But he was reduced to silence. Then the king said to his attendants, 'Bind his hands and feet, and cast him into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Many are invited, but few are chosen.